Traveling is one of life's greatest adventures, offering a chance to discover new cultures and breathtaking landscapes. However, not every destination is a safe bet. For Americans, some places pose serious risks that can turn a dream vacation into a nightmare. It's crucial to know where to avoid when planning your travels. In this video, we'll uncover 9 dangerous destinations that should be crossed off your travel list and explore other locations that carry similar threats. Stay informed and ensure your adventures are both thrilling and safe. But wait, before we dive fully into this, take 2 seconds and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on our future amazing content. And hit the like button. Warning, don't travel to these 9 places as an American. 1. North Korea, the allure of the forbidden. Imagine stepping into a place where time seems to have stopped, where the streets are lined with statues of a long-gone leader, and where the concept of personal freedom is almost non-existent. North Korea, often referred to as the Hermit Kingdom, captivates some with its mystery and isolation. However, for Americans, the reality is fraught with peril. Visiting North Korea may seem like a unique adventure, but the risks are enormous. The country is governed by a regime that places heavy restrictions on its citizens and visitors alike. Foreign travelers are closely monitored, and any perceived disrespect towards the government or local customs can lead to severe consequences. American citizens have been detained for seemingly innocuous actions, like snapping a photo of a restricted area or engaging in conversation that might be misinterpreted. The story of Otto Warmbier, an American student detained for stealing a propaganda poster, is a chilling reminder of the potential consequences of a visit. After months of captivity, Warmbier returned home in a comatose state, a stark illustration of how political motivations can overshadow basic human rights in this isolated nation. Moreover, the lack of diplomatic relations means that the U.S. government has limited resources to assist Americans in distress. If things go awry, help is not just hard to find, it might be impossible. The unpredictability of the North Korean regime adds another layer of risk, making it a destination best left unexplored. 2. Syria, a nation in despair. Visualize a once vibrant land, rich with history and culture, now turned into a battlefield. Syria, known for its ancient ruins and stunning landscapes, has become synonymous with war and destruction. The ongoing civil conflict has transformed this beautiful country into one of the most dangerous places on earth for travelers. The conflict has led to a humanitarian crisis, with millions displaced and in need of aid. For Americans, the situation is especially dire. The U.S. Department of State has explicitly warned against travel to Syria due to the high risks of violence, terrorism, and kidnapping. In this war-torn landscape, Americans are often seen as lucrative targets for extremist groups seeking ransom or political leverage. Stories of aid workers and journalists caught in the crossfire are all too common. These individuals enter Syria with the intention of helping but sometimes become trapped in dangerous situations. The heartbreaking tales of hostages serve as a grim reminder of the potential horrors that await those who choose to enter the country. Even for those with the noblest intentions, the risks are overwhelming, and the potential for personal harm is ever present. Furthermore, the infrastructure in Syria has crumbled under the weight of war. Basic amenities like medical care, food, and transportation are scarce or unreliable. In the face of such challenges, a trip to Syria is not only dangerous but also an experience that may lead to devastating consequences. 3. Venezuela, the beauty beneath the surface. Picture a land with stunning landscapes, vibrant culture, and rich biodiversity. Venezuela has long been a destination for those seeking adventure, from its breathtaking Angel Falls to its lush rainforests. However, beneath this beautiful exterior lies a country grappling with economic collapse and political unrest. For Americans, traveling to Venezuela is fraught with danger. The country has been plagued by hyperinflation, resulting in severe shortages of food, medicine, and essential services. As a result, the everyday life of Venezuelans has become a struggle for survival. This desperation breeds crime, and the violence in major cities has escalated to alarming levels. Armed robberies, carjackings, and kidnappings are unfortunately common, with Americans being prime targets due to their perceived wealth. Travelers often share harrowing accounts of their experiences in Venezuela, recounting narrow escapes from violent situations or moments of sheer terror when faced with hostile individuals. The once vibrant streets are now filled with uncertainty, and even routine errands can lead to dangerous encounters. Additionally, the lack of reliable medical care poses another serious risk for Americans. In the event of an emergency, accessing treatment could be nearly impossible. The U.S. government has limited ability to assist citizens in distress, creating a scenario where help is out of reach. The emotional toll of witnessing the suffering of the Venezuelan people is profound. Visitors may find themselves grappling with guilt and helplessness, knowing they are witnessing a nation in crisis while being unable to help in a meaningful way. This emotional weight, combined with physical danger, makes Venezuela a destination best avoided. 4. Afghanistan, a land of uncertainty. Imagine a country with a rich history and breathtaking landscapes, yet mired in conflict and instability. Afghanistan, once known for its stunning mountains and vibrant culture, has become a symbol of turmoil and danger. The ongoing conflict has left many regions unstable, and for Americans, the risks are overwhelming. In recent years, the Taliban's resurgence has created an environment where violence, terrorism, and kidnappings are rampant. The U.S. Department of State strongly advises against travel to Afghanistan, citing the high risks of armed conflict, potential attacks, and limited access to emergency services. Americans are particularly vulnerable, often targeted due to their nationality. The experiences of those who have ventured into Afghanistan highlight the serious dangers. Travelers have faced roadblocks, armed confrontations, and the constant threat of violence. The lack of reliable information and the unpredictable nature of the situation make any travel there extremely hazardous. In addition to the immediate physical dangers, the emotional and psychological impact of witnessing a country in chaos can be profound. Travelers often leave feeling not only fearful for their safety but also burdened by the suffering of the Afghan people. 5. Iraq, a history of conflict. Iraq, a nation with a deep historical significance and stunning archaeological sites, has been severely impacted by decades of war and instability. Despite efforts to rebuild, the security situation remains precarious, making it a high-risk destination for American travelers. The threat of terrorism, political unrest, and violence are pervasive, and the U.S. government has issued strong warnings against travel to Iraq. Americans are at risk of being targeted for kidnapping or violence, especially in regions with limited security. Even areas that might seem safer can quickly change, as tensions can escalate unexpectedly. Many travelers who have ventured into Iraq share stories of fear and uncertainty. The lack of reliable infrastructure, combined with the ever-present danger of conflict, makes visiting Iraq a perilous endeavor. The emotional weight of experiencing a country in turmoil can leave lasting scars, overshadowing any initial sense of adventure. 6. Yemen, a humanitarian crisis. Yemen is another country that has been deeply affected by conflict, with a humanitarian crisis that has left millions suffering. The ongoing civil war has created an environment of extreme violence and instability, making it one of the most dangerous places in the world for Americans to travel. The U.S. Department of State has explicitly advised against all travel to Yemen due to the high risks of terrorism, civil unrest, and limited access to medical care. The threat of kidnapping is particularly high, with Americans being prime targets in this lawless environment. Even humanitarian aid workers face grave dangers, as the conflict has made the situation unpredictable and deadly. Travelers who have attempted to visit Yemen often recount harrowing experiences of conflict and despair. The emotional toll of witnessing suffering on such a massive scale can be overwhelming, making it a destination that is not only dangerous but also profoundly heartbreaking. Oh, and by the way, I know you're liking this video already. Go ahead right now and show me some love by hitting the like button. Done. Alright. Let's continue. 7. Somalia, a land of unrest. Somalia has long been plagued by instability and conflict, making it a place that Americans should avoid at all costs. The country faces severe challenges, including widespread violence, piracy, and terrorism. The U.S. government has issued travel warnings citing the high risks of kidnapping, violent crime, and civil unrest. Travelers who venture into Somalia often face unpredictable situations, including armed conflict and lawlessness. Even humanitarian organizations have found it difficult to operate safely in the country. The emotional impact of witnessing such suffering can weigh heavily on those who visit, making Somalia a place where the potential for personal harm far outweighs any possible benefits of exploration. 8. Libya, a nation in turmoil. Libya is a country with a rich history and stunning landscapes, including ancient ruins and breathtaking coastlines. However, since the fall of Muammar Gaddafi in 2011, Libya has been engulfed in chaos and violence. The ongoing civil conflict has left the nation fractured, with multiple factions vying for control, making it extremely dangerous for American travelers. The U.S. Department of State has issued strong travel advisories against visiting Libya due to the high risk of terrorism, civil unrest, and violent crime. Travelers face significant threats, including kidnapping and robbery, and there is very little infrastructure to support safety or emergency services. Reports of violence in major cities like Tripoli and Benghazi highlight the perilous conditions for anyone who dares to enter. For Americans who do manage to visit Libya, the experience can be daunting. Roadblocks, armed conflicts, and the constant fear of violence loom large. The emotional burden of witnessing a country in distress can be overwhelming, and travelers may find themselves grappling with feelings of helplessness in the face of suffering. 9. Central African Republic, a struggle for stability. The Central African Republic, CAR, is a nation that has endured years of conflict and instability, marked by civil wars and violence. Despite its rich natural resources and diverse wildlife, the country has become one of the most dangerous places for travelers. Traveling to the CAR poses significant risks, including the threat of armed groups, violence, and kidnapping. The U.S. Department of State has consistently warned against travel to this region due to the ongoing humanitarian crisis and lawlessness. Road travel can be particularly perilous, as highways are often unsafe, and access to basic services is limited. Those who have ventured into the CAR often recount harrowing experiences of navigating a landscape filled with uncertainty and fear. The emotional toll of witnessing the struggles faced by the local population can be profound, leaving travelers feeling both vulnerable and heartbroken. The beauty of the CAR's landscapes and culture is overshadowed by the realities of a nation in crisis, making it a destination to avoid for safety's sake. In conclusion, choose wisely for your safety. Traveling is meant to be a joyous exploration of the world, but not all destinations are safe for Americans. North Korea, Syria, Venezuela, Afghanistan, Iraq, Yemen, and Somalia are places where the risks can far outweigh the potential rewards. The allure of adventure should never come at the cost of personal safety. By being informed and aware of the dangers, travelers can make choices that protect themselves and ensure their adventures are filled with discovery, not danger. The world is vast and beautiful. There's no need to risk your safety by venturing into perilous territory. Choose wisely, travel safely, and let your journeys bring you joy and wonder. Let us have your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for joining us. If you found this information enlightening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content about cities and cultures from around the world.